Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to show how to create a trifold card design using the Hero Arts Beach Heroscape stamp set. I will also be showing how easy it is to create a gradient background using ink blending brushes and reactive inks. So let's get started. This is the Beach Heroscape stamp set, which features these two main images that when layered on top of each other create a two-toned wave. I'll be using the Works All-in-One tool by We Are Memory Keepers to help me with aligning my stamps. I find that it works best if I place a thin piece of craft foam underneath my cardstock for a bit of cushion. So I'll place the largest wave image on my cardstock and then pick it up with the clear stamping plate. Be sure to leave about a ½ inch of the white cardstock on the straight side of the stamp, as this will be one of the flaps that helps create the trifold element of the card. When using layering stamps, you want to be sure and stamp the lightest color first, so I'm using Pool Party Reactive ink for this first layer. And with a solid stamp like this, I almost always double stamp to get nice even coverage. Next, I'll grab the second layer to my stamp and line it up over the first, pick it up with the plate, and then ink it up using Blue Hawaii Reactive ink, which is a darker blue color. Once I've stamped that layer twice, you can see here how these stamps layer to create a dimensional wave. And I will need 2 of these waves, so I'll quickly stamp one more. Now I'm going to pull out my die cutting machine and use the coordinating frame cut to die cut the waves. And you'll see that this die is open on one end, so I'm just going to trim off some of the excess, and then I'll use my paper trimmer to help me get a nice straight cut. So remember, I want to keep that extra strip of white on the side of the wave. So I'm just lining up the edge of the wave in my trimmer and then trimming straight across. So I'll end up with 2 pieces that look just like this. Then I will create a score line on the edge of the wave. And this is the flap that will be adhered to the back side of the card to create the trifold element. So I'm going to fold the flaps and use a bone folder to create a nice crisp fold line. Now I'm going to create a gradient sky in the center panel of the card. And since I just want the sky to be on the top portion, I will mark where the waves will go and then place a piece of masking tape across the cardstock to mask off the bottom portion of the card. I'll be using ink blending brushes and reactive inks to create the sky. And I like to do this on a slick surface such as a craft mat, or I'm just using a laminated piece of paper, which works just perfect. And as you can see, I like to tap off some of the excess ink before I bring the brush to my paper. This is how I avoid dark streaks and am able to create a smooth blend of color. Next, I'll use the Creamsicle Reactive ink, making sure to overlap the yellow, and then I'll finish off with Taffy Reactive ink. If you want a more intense blend of color, just go back over your layers. You can keep adding layers of ink until it looks how you want. Once I'm done, I will remove the masking tape, and since these inks react with water, I'm spritzing some water with a water bottle and then blotting it up with a paper towel to create a fun water droplet texture to the background. For the sentiment, I'm using this wood mount stamp from Hero Arts, and I'll just quickly stamp it using black ink on some white cardstock and then trim it out with my paper trimmer. Now we have all the pieces of the card done, so it's time to assemble. First, I'm going to attach the waves to the center panel. I'm placing some double-sided adhesive on the back side of each of the flaps, and then I will wrap them around the panel and press down to secure. So now you can see how the trifold design comes together. And to hide the back side of this piece, I'm going to use some liquid adhesive to adhere it to another piece of white cardstock. And this just keeps things nice and clean from the back side of the card. And finally, I'll use some foam adhesive to adhere the sentiment. And that completes the card. I hope you enjoyed this fun trifold technique and are inspired to try it out yourself. Thanks for watching.